So we have checked for homogeneity of variance. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we are checking for normality by graphing and also numerically. So what we need to do is we need to create some graphs now. So let's go ahead and click our best friend, the box plot, to look for normality. Arousal is already activated, and let's go ahead and plot by groups. Again, the assignment says ignore gender, so let's plot by film. Click on OK and OK. So now we have a visual of the distributions of BJD and Memento by arousal. And you can see that obviously Memento has a little bit of a higher uh, uh, median for the score of arousal or for the measurement of arousal than BJD. Let's go ahead and click on history and add. And we also want to look at, by the way, as we were looking at that graph, we can see that 50% of the distribution is here within this box. We have the upper 75th percentile to 100th percentile on this end and the lower 25th percentile here. We can see that in BJD we actually have a longer or larger lower 25th percentile here. We have less scores in the 50th percentile and a similar score in the upper and the higher percentile, 25th percentile or 75th through 100th percentile. We don't have any outliers. No numbers appear to be outliers in either one of these groups. So let's minimize this and let's create our second best friend graphs, which is the histogram. And again, arousal is already activated. It's our outcome variable. Let's plot by groups again. And we said that we're ignoring gender, so we're clicking on film, OK, and OK. Let's see what comes up. Let's look at our, okay, this is what's going on. Um, when we're looking at this, the first thing that kind of comes to mind is, do we have bins that are just too big and it's not really telling us that much about the distribution? Well, we only have about, what is it, 20 cases per movie. So with bins about this size, 10, 20, about size of 10. I think we're doing okay. We can see that these guys are not necessarily beautifully symmetrical in terms of a normal distribution. And so, okay, so this is good, but this is not all that we can do to check on normality. The next thing we'd like to do is we want to see this numerically. So let's click on statistics summary and let's get the numerical summaries for arousal, and let's summarize again by groups because that's what we've been encouraged to do according to the textbook. So click on OK, and let's see if we need to click on skewness and kurtosis by clicking on statistics. OK, and let's look at our console in RStudio, and this is what emerges. So we do have a mean for BJD and we have a mean for Memento. The mean is 25, so Memento, the arousal with Memento is a little bit higher than BJD. I have no idea what these movies are with a standard distribution, with a standard deviation of 5.7, 7.1 the case of Memento. We have the interquartile range. We do have a skewness score right here, and we set a rule of thumb. If we see something that's larger than a 1, we might be in trouble. So we're not skewed negatively or positively skewed here. In our kurtosis, we might have a little bit of an issue on kurtosis for Memento. That means that many of the scores are bunching up about the mean. And then we have our interquartile range. The score is within those ranges, percentiles. And we have 20 and 20 cases for each one of these movies. Is that everything that we can do? No, we can do a little bit better. We can actually run the, let's go back to R Commander and click on statistics and look for summaries and actually run the Shapiro-Wilks test for normality. We're going to do that in the next video.